Before we open the curtains in the third quarter, let's send you over to Patricia Bermudez. He's on.
Was just to the Sta Lucia Realtors coaching staff, and they definitely need to adjust their zone. Actually, when Purefoods is going 2-3, one of the things that they want to do in the second half is get to the post a lot more. Stay in the system, call the plays, and move the ball a lot quicker for Purefoods. And they're not satisfied with just getting the lead. On offense, they just still need to be more disciplined on execution. Defensively, they're at pace with their goal. Big guys are doing their job, but the pick and roll defense still needs to stay sharp, as their defense on Joseph Yeo and Anthony Johnson, who needs to be contained also. I was just talking to James Yap. He says he lost his focus in the first quarter, but he needs to get his game back here in the second half and able for them to win. Back to you, Alex and Nico.
Although James Yap lost his focus in the first quarter, certainly made up for it with the splendid second quarter performance, as Ryan Reyes and Marco Chandler gets locked up in the backcourt.
Yeah, dude, I think it was off the screen, but Reyes and Chandler, not trying to hurt each other, but got into sort of like a bad game of Twister. We're tangled up down there.
So power point guard Denok Miranda. You can actually come up with a lineup of power point guards, if Denok and Ryan Reyes, Roger Yap, Winnie Arboleda.
Put Solomon Mercado in there. A lot of guys with some big, strong bodies who like contact. And basketball is a physical sport. You're not going to just be holding hands out there. You're going to be bumping some bodies.
These are guards, or rather power forwards disguised as guards.
Yeah. Kung may growth spurt lang sila.
Oh, tell me about it. I'm still waiting for mine. Here's Miranda from the left side. That's a three.
Well, if you read the scouting report, Topex did what he didn't challenge. He challenged a shot, and you let Denok take a challenge three. That's, like choosing the lesser of two evils. That's not really as much his game as getting everybody else involved, but he stepped up and nailed it.
That's what you call a spin. But he couldn't have the right follow through. Here's Anthony Johnson getting away.
Wow, what a great start for Sta Lucia. Still just scoring 6 straight points, getting stops defensively, and you missed the between the legs dribble that he made there. It was really nice, and a little bit of Nico Halili.
Are we watching the same replay? But what a move by Anthony Johnson. And you're right, 6 unanswered points for the Realtors, prompting Purefoods to call an emergency board meeting here.
Well, Johnson now with 15 points and 15 rebounds. Good game. Oh, wait, by the way, there's a whole another 22 minutes left in this game.
He's far from done.
Yeah, so they're going to want to, Purefoods is going to want to move the ball, get the kind of shots they want. They got James a good shot, and just going to want to execute here coming out of the timeout.
And we want to thank Gatorade, the official drink of the PBA. Is it in you? A rather tentative start for Purefoods here in the third. Denok Miranda will be called for the foul.
Pressure in James in the backcourt. Tried to use his body a little more than moving his feet. Denok's a really good defender, but he's got him with the bump.
Villanueva, top of the key, back in action after hurting his ankle in the first half. 5 to shoot. James Yap will pull the trigger here with a fall away, baby. And tip it no good for Chandler. 2 tries and it succeeds.
Taking a page out of Anthony Johnson's book right there. 2 tip-ins, 2 tips. The last one was a tip in. Good follow-up by Chandler.
Still a 3-point lead for the Realtors. That tip-in by Chandler, by the way, was the first basket of Purefoods in the third. So there's Topex Robinson once again.
Ang kulit ni Topex.
Ang makulit talaga.
He's just everywhere. Deflecting the ball. He's a guy you love to have on your team and you hate to play against.
He has made a career out of kakulitan. In a good kind. I mean, just the hustle and energy on defense. As Johnson fires a 3.
Ryan Reyes getting a long rebound, and sometimes you can't help it. The ball just bounces out to 20 feet. They played good defense until that time. We got a turnover on Ryan Reyes trying to find Marlu in the post.
Here's Kirby against Omolon.
They got Kirby with the trap. He was shuffling he's moved his left pivot foot as he was trying to back Bitoy down. But don't be surprised if Purefoods continues to try to attack Bitoy, who's in foul trouble. He's got 3 fouls. Medyo tumagal siya sa kanyang salumpwet nung naka 3 fouls siya. You like my Tagalog? I'm practicing.
Not too sure.
Di ba upuan yan?
Yes. As Marlu misses, there's a tip in for Bitoy Omolon.
Just active, coming in with just a lot of energy, having a nice long break. Oh! That's attacking the best local shot blocker in the PBA, taking it right at him and finishing around him. Just great finish by James.
3-point game still for Santa Lucia, 54-51. Ryan Reyes to Marlu, 10 to shoot. Nice pass from Omolon, but he fails to convert the reverse layup.
Good challenge from Kirby. Kirby got beat on the back door, but came over, and I think the challenge affected Bitoy's finish down there.
Here's Topex, the pit bull, what a getaway!
And they got a foul. Bucket goes down. Topex going to the line with a chance to tie the game. See what happens is Johnson tries to fight over top, the front, the post. Topex makes a good read. Reyes with a little contact there on the head after the shot. And Topex going to the line, chance to tie it up.
And he completes the improbable 3-point play. And he ties the game at 54. Only our 4th deadlock in this affair, this slugfest here inside the United Sports Arena. We go to Marlu. Handoff. Omolon. Omolon goes up.
It's a foul on Kirby, who is really unhappy with it. That's Kirby's 3rd foul himself now.
Team foul for the Legion Giants.
Topex trying to make sure he cools Kirby off, keeping him away from the officials. And good play. Nice point guard job there by Topex.
That's leadership.
Yeah. You got to protect your stars.
Kirby still seething over that foul.
Well, when you're a competitor, sometimes that just happens. You're leaving your heart on the floor, you feel like a gross injustice has been committed, so you get a little bit upset.
Purefoods down by 2. And Villanueva with a set shot, really. That's another rebound for Anthony Johnson. And a foul in the backcourt committed by Topex Robinson.
Coach Boyett wanting a flagrant there since he fouled Ryan up around the neck and the head. Just a regular foul call.
It might have looked like a clothesline if you're taking the vantage point of the Santa Lucia bench.
Yeah.
That's why Coach Boyett looks like that.
But you always want to protect your players, especially anything by the head you get a little nervous about.
4 minutes having gone by in the 3rd. The skyscraper against the Raging Bull. And that leaves Johnson wide open. Comes up short.
Man, good pass and a good look for Johnson. A shot that he would probably normally make.
Here's Chandler.
Oh, that's Ryan Reyes.
And there's Topex Robinson. He keeps that ball alive for Purefoods.
Both those guys. Reyes kept it alive for Santa Lucia, and Topex comes up with it. 2 very similar effort players.
That's a block by Marlu. Here's Reyes on the move. All the way. And they'll take 2.
These teams came to compete today. There's no doubt about it. Yeah, you just see them scrapping for the rebounds, block shots, getting out in transition. Battling. There's a war out there on the floor today, Miko.
There's a war because a lot is at stake in this game. Santa Lucia with a mathematical chance of still getting an outright semifinals berth. Purefoods right in the thick of that mad race.